Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to achieve this makeup look. This is my new go-to everyday makeup and you guys have been requesting that I do one of these a lot. So in this video it's going to be completely different products from what I have used before, and it's also exciting because this is a collaboration with my beautiful pal Rebecca Lamb. If you haven't already checked out Rebecca's channel then you need to. She's quite like me in a way. We met last week and she is just as lovely in real life as she is on YouTube. So make sure you head over there and check out Rebecca's videos. She has quite a similar setup to me. She's also a mum of two, she's a young mum and she loves makeup. So definitely make sure you check out Rebecca's video, and if you are from Rebecca's channel then hi, I'm Ash. I'm a mum of two. I've got Ella who is 3 and next week and Charlie who has just turned 1, and I would love if you hit subscribe and stick around for more videos from me if you like to. Being a mum of 2, I don't have a lot of time in the morning to get ready, but I still want to look as glam as I can, so I try and achieve that as quickly as possible, and I'm going to show you the things I use on the daily at the moment to try and achieve this. So if you would like to see how I do it then stay tuned. Hello. Right, first things first, I'm going to take my hyaluronic acid by The Ordinary. This stuff is amazing. It's so affordable. So if you guys are looking for some good skincare but don't have the cash to get some of the other stuff, then go for this. I literally just take a whole big pump of this onto my hands and then kind of like just dab it into my skin. What this does is really like helps to brighten it, keep it hydrated. It stops any of those kind of like dry patches coming up through the day. So I like to just pat that into my skin. God, it's so echoey in here. Ideally I would have done this in my bedroom, but Charlie is sleeping and I'm quite loud, so we need to do it in the bathroom. Okay, so once we've got that on, the next thing I'm going to use is my spray by Mario Badescu, I think that's what we call it, and it's the Rosewater and Herb Spray. This stuff is so good for hydrating, and it also helps my foundation to really set into my skin nicely. So I'm going to spray some of this all over and then just kind of like fan that down to let it dry. For foundation, I'm using a new one that I've been using for the last week, and it's by the Bodyshop. Who would have thought the Bodyshop did really good foundation? This one is the Matte Clay Skin Clarifying Foundation. It's really breathable and it's matte. I don't normally go for a matte foundation, but this one's really nice. I've got it in the shade number 26, Tamer Zadun. So I'm going to take that onto my face. And just taking this little brush by Real Techniques, it's like a little kind of buffing brush. I like to just buff that into my skin. At this point it looks really light for me, I think, but when it's all blended in and it oxidizes, it looks really nice. Once I've moved it around with my brush, I like to then move in with my Real Techniques Beauty Blender and I just kind of pat that into my skin. I also just go over my eyelids a little bit just to kind of blend that in, and I do use concealer as well, but I think that looks really good when you use your foundation on your eyelids, plus it gives me a nice base for doing a little bit of eyeshadow. Okay, so that's a nice base to get me started, but I then like to go in a little bit with the new one that I've been using as well, which is from Primark. It is the My Perfect Colour Long Wear Ultimate Matte Foundation, double coverage matte finish, and I think because I use a nice primer underneath this, it isn't actually as matte as what you think it would be. So I'm going to take a little bit of this in the back of my hands and just kind of work that over the top of the Bodyshop one. I think I'm in between shades just now and this kind of just gets the perfect shade for me. And I just tend to focus that on the lower half of my face. I don't tend to go underneath my eye with this one. If you're in a rush, a beauty blender is such a good way to do your foundation because it gives you that kind of airbrushed finish and it covers a large area as well. I did have a big massive beauty blender, but I actually find this one so much easier to use just because it is smaller. It can get into all the shapes and twists and turns on my face without having to actually try too hard. Okay, so once that's done, I'm going to head on and use my concealer. I've been using 2 at the moment. I've got a high-end one and also an affordable one. This one here is the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, and it is the one that is the dupe for Tarte Shape Tape. So I've been using this one just underneath my eyes, but it is kind of running out, so I don't have a whole lot of it here. But I'm going to take a little bit of that, and because the one I've got, it's kind of not really the right shade for me. It's quite pinky toned, so I like to take a little bit of the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This stuff is amazing, it's so good. And I got it in duty free and saved quite a bit on it, so that was quite good. So I like to just take the same like little dofer and kind of put that underneath my eyes. It's so brightening. How gorgeous is that? So brightening. So I like to just take that down here just beside my nose. And the same on the other side. And we're going to get that little spot as well. I'm going to take some in between my brows, on my nose, down here, and then on that little spot down there as well. Looking gorgeous. Right, again, use my beauty blender. I'm just going to blend that in. Okay, in terms of my base, I think that's looking really good, so I just want to go ahead and set that. And the powder that I keep going back to is this one by MAC. It is the Studio Care Blend Pressed Powder, and this one is in medium dark. I do normally go for medium, but they only had medium dark left, so since it's summer and I'm normally kind of tanning and stuff, I thought why not, it's not that much of a difference. So I'm going to take that on my Sigma F30 large powder brush and just try and set all of that in. My powder brush always smells like my perfume because I go down my neck. It's nice. Just now I've been wearing my wedding perfume, which is Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. What perfume do you guys wear? Let me know in the comments, a nice one to try. I do like quite feminine scents, but I do like quite woody ones as well, so let me know if you guys have a favourite. I would love to know what fragrance you all wear. When I was in the duty free coming back from Birmingham last week, I tried Elie Saab, the new one. It is lovely, it's really nice. Okay, so powder done. I'm now going to try and like give myself a bit of a contour, and I like to use the MAC Give Me Sun bronzer. This one is really good. It's part of the Mineralized collection, and I'm just taking that on this Real Techniques brush, which I'm not sure which one it is. It's called number 100, not sure, but it's really nice because it's quite fine at the side, so it means I can get a really nice contour line. So I'm just going to take that back here and bronze my face up. I like to take it in the side of my temples as well, just to give me that kind of like holiday sun-kissed look. I tend to get freckly around my hairline as well, so it's quite nice, always matches in well. And then I'm also going to bronze up my neck as well so that it all matches in. Maybe get a little tiny bit on the end of my nose and then down each side just slightly, not a major contour, but enough to do the job. Okay, so I'm going to highlight first before I do blush. The reason being, I think that the blush, when it's on top of the highlighter, looks so much more natural. So I'm just going to take this one here. If you've not tried Doll Beauty, you need to get involved with this Doll Light Highlighter. Oh my god, it's amazing. The shade I've got is Like a Diamond. They only do 2 shades, I believe. So this one is perfect for me. The other one's a little bit goldy, so I'm going to take this on my cheekbone. How good is that? It's absolutely gorgeous. I'll leave links to everything I'm using, guys, so if you fancy checking out any of these products, then you certainly can do. I think probably about 90% of the products that I'm using today are like new in my makeup routine, especially the fact that my 2 foundations are different. I don't really use a lot of products. I think I use like 5 or 6, don't I? Maybe more. So I'm just taking that on my Cupid's bow, on the end of my nose lightly, and then on the bridge of my nose, just with this little fan brush. I also like to just do above my brow as well. I think that looks quite nice, quite summery. Oh no, I've just highlighted my spot. We do not want to do that. We're good, it's gone. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of that highlighter on my finger and just go right to the very tip of my nose. Like that. Like a little Tin Man nose. And then I'm going to go and do my blush, and I cannot wait to get my lipstick on because I look dead just now. So I'm just going to take this blush here. This one is by Kiko Cosmetics, and it is the Dreaming Coral Baked Blush, and I do believe this one was a kind of limited edition. I'll try and see if I can find one, link it for you guys, something similar. So I'm just going to take that little coral blush, that's really nice. And then before I do anything, I feel like I need to get lips on because this is just not working. And I'm going to take this lip liner here, which is amazing. It's Golden Rose Dream Lips lip liner. You can find it in Primark. It's such an affordable lip liner, and I have got it in the shade 504, I believe. Yep, shade 504. It's a lovely colour, so I'm going to line my lips with this. I have a little tip for you guys. If you actually struggle to do lip liner, if you put your pinky on your chin, it really helps. I don't know if anyone else does that, but I do it. For lipstick, I'm going to take this one here, which is Kinda Sexy by MAC. It's a matte finish, really love it, and I think this one really makes my eyes pop because it's quite sort of like orangey, kind of coral colour, and obviously I've got green eyes, so that kind of shade really does lift my whole face. I don't do this every day, but if I have time, I really do like to put on some eyeshadow. So I'm going to take my Morphe palette, which I forget the name of, but I'm going to link it for you guys if you fancy going and checking it out. And I don't know, I'm in a kind of like pinky kind of shade just now, so I might go in with the oranges to kind of tie that together. And I'm just going to kind of tap into a few of them, make my own colour. And I'm just going to take that on the crease, just so that I've got a little bit of something going on and a kind of little bit of definition. And I'm going to take that and just like kind of blow it out a little bit. I'm not too particular with this kind of eyeshadow look because it's just to kind of make out that there's something going on. So I'm going to take that on the other side. And this brush really helps. This brush I got a couple of months ago, and it is the Morphe E30 brush. It's really good. A lot of beauty bloggers love this one because it makes your job so much easier. So it's nice and big and fluffy. So I'm just going in the crease and just kind of letting it go up towards the brow bone a little bit. And then just take it out at the sides a little bit. See, that just makes it look a little bit more alive. So I'm going to take the same brush and go into a darker shade and take that underneath. I think when it comes to eyeshadows, people are scared to go for the more red or orange tones, but actually when you look at the tones in your skin, those are the ones that are more realistic. I know that the eyeshadow isn't realistic, but those are the colours that are probably complementing your skin tone more than the likes of actual brown tones. So definitely more of a kind of orangey or red finish or pinky finish. Definitely looks a bit more natural and put together. So I'm going to move on to brows, but just before then I'm going to take this little spoolie and push up my eyelashes. I get semi-permanent eyelashes done at Love Those Lashes in Glasgow, and they are the best thing I've ever done. They are so good. These ones are the Russian sets, so they last for ages because they're so thick. These are like 3 lashes on each of my eyelashes, so I do love them. They make such a difference in the morning, especially non-makeup days. I don't look completely dead. And now I'm going to just brush up my brows. And we're going to go on and do my eyebrows. Now, normally I would use the NYX brow pomade. However, I've run out, and actually the best colour for me is on this. It's my Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit. The darkest shade on this, excuse this here, is actually such a good shade for doing brows. So I thought, why not use this? This is really good and it's so easy to blend. So if you have this, then try it because it's so good. So I'm just going to go and line underneath the front of my brow up to the arch, and then do the same on the top. So from the top of the brow up to the arch. This is how I do my brows every day. And then I'm just going to fill in between. So basically drawing 2 lines and then filling in between, just going in this direction. And then I'm going to go up and make the corner turn at the top of the peak of my brow a bit more sort of higher and pointed. And then I'm going to take the tail of it from here and just draw a little line, but kind of lifting off as I come down the bottom, if that makes any sense. So I'm kind of extending it there. So that's how I do my brows. And then obviously the front of this here isn't looking too amazing, so I like to brush it up, come to the front again, and then just slightly go upwards, and then down, and then across. And then again upwards, down, and then pull it across. I'm going so light at the front here, just to make sure we get the front of it looking really supernatural. I don't want it looking a bit, you know, boxy or square. So trying to make that as like shaded as possible. And again, just brushing them. And that's how I do my brows. What a difference. It looks so much more put together and polished. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the other side. And that's my brows done. Now I don't put mascara on my bottom eyelashes because it ends up just throughout the day running about with the kids, it ends up coming off. So I'm just going to set this now using my all-nighter setting spray by Urban Decay. This stuff is amazing. This is the travel size one, so I like to refill this one all the time. So I'm just going to spray this down. And now I'm going to go and do my hair and come back in 2 seconds. And this is my final look. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. If you did, then you can let me know by giving me a big thumbs up. And if you're new around here and you are not subscribed, then I would love you to hit subscribe. And if you watch my videos all the time and you look at the subscribe button and it still says subscribe, then you are not subscribed. So please click it because it would really mean a lot to me. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you haven't checked out Rebecca's channel, make sure that you do. You will not be disappointed. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!